my God, look at all the people in chat today. What's up, Eric? Nice one. First one through the door. Miguel, how are you, my friend? I hope you're doing well, mate. Good to see you, dude. Where's the shirt at? You know where it is, brother. It's in the bucket. All my dogs, get up now. What's up, Chris? How are you, brother? Kenny, you bloody ripper. Good to see you, mate. Not the AM, bro. How are you, mate? Checking in. Good to see everybody here. Too early for the Dougie Glaze. Never too early for the Dougie Glaze, mate. Come on now. It's never too bloody early. Where are me tunes? I need some background tunes for myself to get myself going and in the zone. Where am I at? Where am I absolutely at here? Here we go. Ooh, there we go. I got some tunes for myself. How are we, boy? Let's get into the stream. Puerto Rico is very delicious. It is, mate. Biggest arms in all Melbourne, you know it, true. Well, perhaps you're still crying for your Aussie boy Steve Urseg losing against a Mexican. I understand, and I'm not racist. There's nothing racist about cheering for the home team. That's sport, mate. That's what we do here, Captain Rodolfo. You eat beans and potatoes, mate? Beans and potatoes? No. I'll eat them separately, but not together. Don't disrespect Puerto Ricans. They're a woman from Puerto Rico. They're the hottest. Okay. Are you in top chat? I'm in all chat, Christian Grey. All chat. Chill music. It is time for the chill music. Let's get into the chill music. Good on you. I mean, the stream's only been going for a minute. We could have a little bit the hardcore stuff just to get us deep into the stream. But all right, Eric. You said it. Eric wants the job as the next mod. You can see Eric's gunning for it. So you take it off the shirt and get sweaty in the van. No, it's not that kind of a stream, mate. It's not that kind of a stream. Take your... No, okay. Just watch back some JDM. I need him to win the belt, but Bilal is just too good at winning the decision. What's it? The goddamn firmament, brother, and that's the truth. And Elon knows he can't get past the firmament. What's up? You don't know? Sure. Yeah, Toad. You and me, we've been agreeing with each other a lot for the last 3 months, Toad. It's time for you and me to be on our disagreement train. I am going to be backing JDM relentlessly in this upcoming fight, dude. So, I get what you're saying, but JDM, he's going to be too squirmy on the bottom, and he's not going to be scared to throw up the center, Toad. I don't believe so, mate. Thoughts on the Bryce versus Guru Arkansas episode coming up soon? I love it, dude. I thought that was one of Bryce's best podcasts. The fact that Guru just lets him talk without trying to cut him off or argue with him too much or get him going, I thought that was one of Bryce's best podcasts. I'll ban anyone who disagrees with me. That's the kind of mod activity we don't want, Eric. What's up, Fight Talk? How are you, brother? Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing very well. Boys, make sure to go check out Fight Talk Sports channel as well. Great New Zealander, putting out awesome content. So make sure to give him a go. That fishing trip will be crazy. If Guru does end up getting a couple of the camera guys together, and he actually does this properly, gets a few people to follow him around with a camera, and does it like a proper sort of vlog. Probably the biggest video on MMA YouTube. Probably the biggest MMA YouTube video in history. And I would say that Guru has probably already got the biggest MMA video in YouTube history. Like the biggest MMA YouTube video in history. I would say that Guru has probably already got that because he has got over 1 million views on his John Jones is gay video. So I would say that Guru would probably break his own record with that one. Bilal's wrestling is some of the best in the UFC. He has enough Brazilian jiu-jitsu to lock in a position for the rest of the round. He's literally built to win by decision. I get what you're saying, Toad, and in any other circumstance I would agree with you. However, Leon Edwards was able to get on top of Bilal and start raining down elbows, and Jack Della Maddalena has got more fire. He's got more fire in him. So if you were describing Bilal versus Buckley, I would say you're right, but you're not. You're describing Bilal versus JDM, and that changes things up. Guru was so nice to Bryce, so cute. It was nice to Bryce. Just sitting there enjoying the... I mean, how could you not, dude? Like, remember where Guru started, right? Like, he is a 26-year-old kid. He started doing this when he was 18, 19, in his shed. Like, if you ever go back and watch the early Guru streams, he's in his shed, he's in his parents' bedroom, whispering so he can watch them. Whispering so he can watch the fights. And now there he is with Bryce Mitchell in front of him, like inviting him to come over to his farm in Arkansas and go fishing with him. How could you not enjoy the ride? If you're just a fan of MMA, you'd be enjoying the ride, you know what I mean? I cleanse the genetics of that. Okay, all right. Imagine Fat Boy Guru gets on a boat and it's sink. That would also be fucking hilarious. Like if him and Bryce get into a little fishing boat and the whole boat just tips over, that would be fucking hilarious. Guru should go with DJ Edit and use a DJ film crew. They should. Absolutely. The Weasel is bigger, but the Guru is more active. Oh, no, I know the Weasel's bigger. I'm not saying, like, I mean, you could say that You could say that True Geordie's bigger, you know what I mean? He touches on MMA. But I'm saying like a single video fight talk. Like, what out of the MMA YouTubers, who's ever made a video that's done more numbers than the John Jones is gay? Part 1, you know what I mean? Weasel doesn't got a fan base like... No, I know he doesn't, but he's still bigger. I said Bryce is so cute. Oh, okay, fair enough. Bryce is so cute. What do you mean? Bryce is so CTE? You mean as in Bryce Mitchell is retarded? I don't think Bryce Mitchell said a single thing that was retarded. I generally worry for Bryce's health after what Jan Silva will do to him. Bryce Mitchell will win. He's got the power of the Lord backing him up, mate. TY, what's up, dude? The banger was a video. I watched it all. Who watched all of the video? And TY, thank you for watching the entire video. But who watched all 3.5 hours of that video? Put your hands up, because I had it on in the bathroom that I was working in so I could see the views of the live premiere, and at any point there was about 4 or 5 people watching it consistently throughout the entire thing. So since then, who's gone back and watched the entire 3.5 hour video? Because it was a ramble session like there has never been before. The only thing that I would say, I want to go fishing with Bryce. Maybe one day we can all go fishing with Bryce, Chris. I watched it in 27 minutes. That's impossible, Eric. The only thing I would say is JDM had some trouble with Burns when he tried to wrestle and stall. Bilal will be constantly trying to hold him down, and JDM will have a hard time letting his hands go. That is true, but JDM did have a broken forearm in that. So hopefully he'll be ready and more prepared. And what else I've noticed, Fight Talk Sports, is JDM actually gets better and better and better with his takedown defense in every single fight. He starts off in the Basil Hafez fight just throwing gillies and being horrible, and then slowly over the course of his fights, he learns how to get his hips out better and better to the point where now JDM is just a relentless scrambler that doesn't give up. I am listening to absolute garbage. This is not what I wanted. This is horrible stuff. Oh my God. I chucked on some gaming funk for, just some high energy stuff because I'm a little bit tired today. Trash it was, just screaming. Modern Gen Z music is the worst music in the world. Okay, I watched it in 27 minutes. Not gonna go. Not impossible. Bryce is gonna KO Jan Silva stiff. Yes, not the AM, bro. That is what we want, mate. Watched it in 27 minutes, not possible. I watched like an hour and a half, but then I fell asleep. Fair enough. You do not need to watch the whole thing. It is just Ramble City. Might need to do a couple of rewatch. Fair enough, TY. Maybe show your kids. As they grow up, show them that there was once an MMA YouTuber named Dougie who dared to say that he was right about Steve Versig and backed it up for 3.5 hours. But not because of you, because it was in the middle of a nap. It's all right, Chris. You're allowed to fall asleep during that ramble session. It was horrible. The power of the Lord has nothing to do with Josh Emmett's overhand. Bryce will already be the same. Bryce will never be the same, and Jan Silva will make his CTE even worse. Was he into Fury fight before or after Josh Emmett, Toad? Hafez and Burns don't have 5-round cardio like Bilal. That is true. Burns definitely doesn't. That is true. But again, JDM is slowly getting better. Was the Emmett fight before or after the Tapuria fight? I do think JDM beats Shavkat and Lorosenko will be crying. Oh yeah, Lorosenko will be in tears. Yeah, no, I agree. I think JDM beats Shavkat. I think Buckley is a very tough fight for JDM. I think JDM beats Usman. I think he beats Gary. I think he beats Leon. So yeah, Buckley and Bilal will be the 2 hardest ones for JDM. Listen to some Get Up by Nate Dogg. Could do that. Read that shit 5 times. Sorry, Eric. Dougie, what are you going to do when Bryce finds out? No, he can't, because it'll never happen. Love the beginning of it especially, but it was all... Oh, thanks, Chris. I appreciate it, man. Massive Green Day fan as a kid. I actually went and saw Green Day in concert. Yeah. I really felt your pain. It was a hard one, man. Hey, Pacero. What's up, dude? Hey, Dougie. What do you think about the UFC in Azerbaijan? I think it's great, mate. I think it's great that we're seeing the UFC get on the road more. I hope they go to all completely different countries all over the place. I hope they go to completely different countries all over the place, countries they've never been to before, states and arenas and regions they've never been to before. I think it's awesome, dude. Awesome. Get out of the apex. Go somewhere new. So yeah, Pesoro, MMA. That's what I reckon. Silva is being overrated. Keep in mind, he's not aggressive. He waits for his shots. Bryce will pressure him too much. The reason that he lost to Emmett is because that he was out pressured. Jan Silva is being overrated. Keep in mind, he's not aggressive, but he waits for his shots. Bryce will pressure him. Yeah, and also there's this thing that happens not the AM, bro, where people, they like Jan Silva and they fall into this playful style with him, where, you know, they'll share a couple of exchanges and then Jan Silva will go, that was a good one, and then it'll dab him up and it'll be like, hey, aren't we having fun? Aren't we? Yep. And sleep them out of nowhere. Bryce is not going to be that way. Bryce is going to be locked in. Bryce is going to be looking to put this guy in a crucifix and end him. Buck is JDM's easiest fight, while Bilal and Brady are... Buck is JDM's easiest fight, while Bilal and Brady are his hardest. Oh, Buck, I don't know, because Buck has got some good... Buck has got that crazy... Dricus Duplessis forward pressure that can get tricky for JDM. You're right about Brady. Yeah, you're 100% right about Brady. But here's the thing. I think Brady's top pressure is heavier than Bilal's top pressure. I think Brady is much, much heavier on top. Dougie, can you tell the story of your first fight? Kenny, your character has switched up in chat in the last week. Your character has switched up a lot in chat. Damn, that's dope. Did you see them in Melbourne? Was it before they fell? Yeah, it was the American Idiot Tour. So I saw them, I think it was 2007. I think it was 2007 when I saw them. It was for the American Idiot Tour. It might have been 2006. They had Lil Wayne open up for them. They had Lil Wayne and they had Jimmy Eat World as their openers. It was awesome. Thoughts on pandas? Pandas are great. Silva is what Tracy thinks. Silva is what Tracy thinks Garimbo is. Silver is what Lucas Tracy. I don't know what you mean by. I don't quite know what you mean by that. Nazim Sadikov versus Mektik Olrabai for UFC Azerbaijan would be bloody fire. That would be a bloody good to see Mektik Olrabai back in the mix. God, he's a fucking funny guy. I was on the Mektik Olrabai train early, mate. On the Mektik Olrabai train early. But yeah, that would be bloody awesome, dude. We got some MMA news from Home in the Fight. Joe Rogan. He believes that back of the head shots should be legal. He claims the whole head is just as vulnerable as the back of the head. He says, I don't even know if we should stop hitting people in the back of the head. It doesn't make any sense to me. It should be legal. If you talk to a neuroscientist, they say that it's a particularly vulnerable area, but the temple is also very vulnerable. So are the eyes. So is everything else. I'm pretty sure Joe Rogan wants to see somebody die in the UFC. I will say this though, the one thing that he is not crazy about is the temple. Like the temple is a very, very soft part of the skull. And if you got someone in side control and you are laying 12 to 6 elbows into their temple, you could kill them just as badly as hitting them in the back of the head. So I kind of get what Joe Rogan is saying here, but this one is going a little bit too far. This is the guy that said fighters would take less damage if there was no gloves because the fighters wouldn't hit as hard. And as we've seen in BKFC, the knockouts are fucking insane. Let me read some of your chats, boys, and we'll get back to the mighty Joe Rogan and his insane takes. Beautiful stuff. That's Prime Green Day. You were lucky you dinged back. That was Prime Green Day. It was great. It was a good, really, really good concert. My girlfriend at the time, my high school girlfriend at the time, passed out during the concert, and they had to crowd surf her to the front, over the top of the mosh pit, and then to the security guards. That memory just came back to me. She passed out. We were in the mosh pit, and it got so hot and so rough in the mosh pit, she fainted. So they lifted her up, crowd surfed her across the mosh pit, and then dropped her in front of the security guards in that little space between the stage and the mosh pit. I saw her after the concert. Crazy times. Damn, that's how Dougie said. That's how Dougie nicely says I'm zesty as hell. Well, I'm just saying you've switched up a little bit. Buck is shit. He's just an athleticism merchant. JDM KOs him in the third. You reckon with Buckley rushing in, JDM catches him with a nasty uppercut? Maybe, Toad. Maybe. I don't know. There is. We've talked a lot about this recently, Toad, where forward pressure in MMA means a lot. What's up, Yog? What's up, Johnny? Forward pressure in MMA means a lot, and Buckley carries all of that forward pressure. I want an Alexa Grasso feet sandwich. Classic Yog. Now, Kenny, Yog hasn't changed his character. Yog came here day one Alexa Grasso's feet, and every single day for nearly a year and 6 months now, Yoga's stuck to the same script. Not like you, Kenny, switching it up. Joe Rogan is such a tard now, way too many roads. True. Joe Rogan needs to stick to announcing. Not even Johnny. No, Johnny, no. Joe Rogan needs to leave UFC and just do his podcast. He's done with UFC. Rogan has gone senile. Exactly. Too many ice baths. He's frozen his brain. What's up, Cheddarhead? If there isn't a firmament, then why we go back to the moon yet, brother? Yeah. If the firmament wasn't there, how come we can't go back to the moon? Elon Musk knows that, and I ain't putting a goddamn chip in my head. Here's the only chip that they're getting out of my head, and that's a 4570 if they come looking at me, guru, and that's the truth, guru. That was the best interview I'd ever heard in my fucking life. Did you see that guy that got picked apart by Marvin Vittori on the feet is fighting that guy that got picked? That is the second story that I've got here for us to cover. Tonathan, that guy that got picked apart. That is the second story that I've got for us here to cover, mate. The mighty Orthodox Kopylov is coming for the racist Paulo Costa. Joe Rogan probably wants groin strikes. And yeah, Joe Rogan wants no field, no cage, no referee. Put them on a basketball court with no timer and no rounds and just see what happens. That's honestly what Joe Rogan wants the UFC to be. And the funny thing is, Joe Rogan's got enough money where he could set up his own fighting organization exactly like that. Like if Mike Perry has got enough money to set up the Dirty Boxing League, Joe Rogan has got enough money to set up fucking retarded Ultimate Fighting. Also get rid of rounds and fight until someone gets KO'd. So yeah, not the Amber. That's exactly what Joe Rogan wants. Which again, we have seen on multiple occasions in UFC 6 and over at Ryzen, fights go on for over an hour and a half. Or maybe it was 90, yeah, it was 90 minutes. I think it was Royce Gracie versus someone. 90-minute fight where it was just grapple for grapple. That's what Rogan wants. That is some legendary ass shit. How old were I? Was just coming out of high school. So I must have been like 18. Not 18. Maybe I was still in high school. I might have still been in high school. I might have been in like year 11, so I could have been 16, 17, 18. Yeah, around then. Dougie, I've told you I've got real John Jones demons. I need prayer. I got demons that are coming to me. Yeah, you do. You need to go to church. Okay, you've been hard this week. Kenny's always been sus, but around 70% of the time now the meth is getting too much. It's getting 100% now. It's most of Kenny. Kenny used to be like a little bit of susness, sprinkled in with some good chats, but now Kenny is like 110% sus. Buck will gift JDM too many counters, and his takedowns will be basically meaningless as JDM can scramble up immediately. I like this picture that you're painting too. I like this one. Antarctica proves that the firmament is real. Exactly, not the Amber. Joe Rogan's would be called fucking retarded, awesome ultimate fighting champ. Yeah, exactly, Kenny. Exactly, man. Rogan wants nude oil wrestling, trusted. So, back in Greece, they didn't even have Venom shorts. And those cups, they can be used for arm bars. So I think you just oil them up and go back to having naked men. People forget the ancient Greeks, man. What do you think happens when you die? Depends how you've lived on Earth, mate. Totally depends on how you've lived on Earth. How have you lived, Brady B? Joe Rogan wants to see what happens when MMA fighters have a tongue battle with no shorts on. Tongue punching your fart box. What's up, Christian Gray? How are you, dude? Hang on, before we, sorry, Chris, let me, before we do this. Unbiased poll for the chat. Let me know who have you guys got in this next fight. Who have you got coming up? Kopylov or Costa? Where are we at? I remember when people were matching up Costa with Roman Dolidze to give him a free win, but to be honest, Dolidze would probably school him on the feet. Yeah, Costa's really horrible at striking now. Really, he's really regressed. Ever since, I don't know whether or not it's that Costa has regressed or the division has finally gotten good. But it's kind of scary for Israel Adesanya's legacy that Costa was once seen as like one of his best matchups. Just like 15% of the time, maybe 20% of time. Yeah, but it's really gone up now. Still in school, must have been 280. I'm not that old, mate. I know I look old, but I'm just dehydrated. Guess what, Dougie? What, Christian Grey? You get re-uploaded as a new character. Yeah, there's a good chance you do. Not the Amber. There's a new. How to cure being afflicted by John Jones. Again, follow the word, bro. Read Romans. Costa is Ubering without the power. Woofle. That's a great way of putting it, dude. That's an absolutely great way of putting it, man. Exactly, dude. How are you, Woofle? Good to see you, mate. Good to see you, dude. I haven't seen you around here. Have you come from a guru raid in the past, or did you catch me while I was doing one of the vertical streams? Riffle. Also, Joe Rogan, ivermectin. He wants them to die. Got it. It's legal in Muay Thai. Again, it's a fight. All strikes other than nut shots should be legal in MMA. This one from Marcus Angelicus. In Muay Thai, you can't chase fighters to the ground. Like, once a fighter is on the ground, they stand them back up. So it's a lot harder to get back of the head shots in Muay Thai when the fighters are facing each other. It's not exactly the same thing. We shouldn't take MMA opinions from Rogan. He also says he thinks MMA should be fought in a basketball court. Yeah. And I remember reading about a boxer who got punched in the back of the head and ended up being paralyzed and may have died afterward. Can't say I've ever seen a boxer UFC fighter become paralyzed or die. I'm pretty sure there has been a boxer that's been punched in the back of the head and died. I'm sure that's a... I'm almost certain I've heard this as well. Australian best. No, this is just a whole list of a lot of dead boxers. Okay, all good. Can't call Costa a soy road cheat. People are expecting of being on roids, makes merchant memes out of it while not denying it. That is a fucking Chad move. That is a fucking Chad move. To be like, yeah, I'm on roids. Buy a t-shirt, cunt. Paulo hasn't got it no more and never had good ground game, so I doubt he could smash Roman like Hernandez did. I don't know if Paulo ever had it. Chris, I'm serious, dude. I don't know if Paulo Costa ever had it, man. But they kept doing the incest in the Bible, and the Bible is all like, yeah, but that's Old Testament. You know, you got to read the Old Testament as just a preamble to the New Testament, Kenny. You came up in my algorithm when I was gifted membership out of nowhere. Cool, Waffle. Well, welcome to the channel, man. My name's Dougie. I make an MMA video every single day of the week, Monday through Friday, and we do live streams like this at least 3 times a week, dude. So welcome. I don't know how Costa is clinging onto aura from beating a 42-year-old Cuban guy. Split decision 6 years ago. What's up, Bilal? Good to see you. What's up, Kyle? After getting outskilled on the feet by Vittori. I think he is only clinging on to aura, Toad, because he has an awesome fan base, because he's really good at memes. I think this is where the entertainment side of MMA clashes into the skill side of MMA. And as long as Paulo Costa can do fun memes, people don't care. Bryce has shown me the light. Exactly, Chris. What's up, Bilal? How are you, dude? How did you enjoy the 3-hour expose today? I noticed you were one of the people that were there through the entire video, so it was good to see you, man. There has been a few deaths in, but I know I was looking for a specifically back of the headshots. Polo stole my shirt after French kissing me. Well, you're lucky you didn't steal more than that, mate. Tracy Cortez. Can you ban me so I can get a record of 6 bans from live streams in one day? No, Kyle. No, I will not ban you, mate. You haven't done anything worth banning. You've been great, mate. Costa didn't have a win over anyone currently on the roster. No, his last win aside from Luke Rockhold, his last win of substance was 2019. 2019, if you can fucking believe it or not. The GFL released their fights as well. The GFL, where is this? Missed it. The GFL have announced their full lineup of fights. It is a beautiful thing to see. Let's see if we can find the full lineup of fight. The GFL have released their entire card. I've missed the bloody tweet, mate. I don't know where it, hang on, GFL. The GFL have lined up their full card. And I'm not going to lie, I'm actually kind of pumped for it. I think it's a little bit sick. I think it's going to be very, very entertaining and fun to watch. Not high level of skill, but very, very fun to watch, yeah? Look at these names here, man. Look at the names on these cards. Look at the lineup that we're going to be getting. GFL Saturday, May 24th. GFL May doubleheader, finishing up with Los Angeles versus New York. Dylan Dennis versus Tony Ferguson. It's going to be so good. Costa doesn't know. I don't know, because a few years ago, a dude kept getting hit on the back of the head while boxing. Ref was barely calling it. And by the end of the fight, the buddy collapsed and is now a vegetable, sadly. Yeah, I know. That's what I meant. Like, it is genuinely bad. Yeah, go and eat some Tim Tams. Yeah, go eat some Tim Tams and shut. Kyle, that's not going to be enough to get you banned here, mate. Have you seen the sort of people that we have in this chat? That is not going to be enough. I saw a pic of Lucas Tracy the other day, and she looked like she gained like 60 pounds. Oh, Tracy Cortez? Probably. You know, that's that end of their career. Kenny just having a breakdown. But way more deaths in boxing, especially back in the day. This one was not long ago because of the back of the head shot. Yeah, I know boxing has had way more deaths. I mean, luckily in MMA we haven't had that many deaths. We've never had a death in the UFC, which is awesome. But yeah, luckily boxing's been good. The fight with Strickland should have been a draw. Nobody won that fight. The fight with Strickland should have been a draw. Nobody won that fight. Oh, the Paulo Costa fight? Yeah. I mean, Strickland did more than Polo, but it was sort of like a Rose Namajunas versus Carlos Esparza. Strickland did more. Do you know what I mean? Like, he barely did more. You're on the GFL card? Nice one, Wolfhole. I don't know why it cut, but I am going to my local church for the first time this Easter. Cool, dude. Nice. My Nana's on the GFL card. Based, Kyle. I gotta go to I must find a good church girl to smell the good. That's not the right way to go about that. Lucas Tracy coming out as fat is a funny concept. Could you imagine if one day Lucas Tracy just starts streaming and he's blown right up wearing a beanie, being a fat cunt? So are we gonna be watching the GFL doubleheader? Are we gonna be doing live streams for the GFL? I think we are, boys. I think we're gonna be doing live streams for the GFL. I know that No Chill MMA is gonna be doing a live stream for it. No Chill has backed the GFL 100%. But Jesus, man, I don't know if it's actually gonna happen. Like, both of them are gonna happen. Lucas Tracy is a heavyweight. Did you see his at bat? That waffle doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. We got Corey Sandhagen as well. Corey Sandhagen believes that he is going to be the first person. Where are we at with bloody Corey Sandhagen? Jeez, that ain't right. That ain't right at all. Corey Sandhagen believes that he knows the secret sauce to beating Mirab Divalashvili. So let's check out what Corey Sandhagen has to say, boys.
If I was Umar and I could refight that fight and I was him, because he was wrestling with him really good. Like, some of the defenses to the wrestling were just like amazing. Even just from like physically being able to be that flexible was crazy. I would say to him, I would say, hey man, like, quit being so jumpy, like stand in the middle of the cage. When Murad backs you up, circle yourself back, get to the middle of the cage again, and then like don't run from him, and like hit him when he comes in and make your movements a lot smaller, because it is all of that footwork that really...
Dude, Corey Sandhagen is literally talking about how he's going to win the foot battle. He's going to win the foot battle against Merab Divalashvili. It's the most Corey Sandhagen interview you can get. What's up, Magomed, brother? Dude is literally talking about winning the foot battle. Hang on a second. Let me read all of these. I don't understand the GFL. Let me catch up on everyone's chat. I can't believe Corey's talking about, actually, you got to win the foot battle. That's how you'll get Merab Divalashvili. Move around him and win the foot battle. I don't understand GFL. 40-year-olds like Tony and Benson in the same tournament as Demir Ismagulov. Neither do I. The GFL are throwing shit at the wall and hoping that something sticks. That's all they're doing, Toad. Kyle versus Whittaker is in the works. Beautiful Hobknocker. I'd love to see it, mate. And what a name. Hobknocker. Excellent. Sandgagen. Very clever, Eric. I'm experiencing fruity vibrations. That's how the demons are trying to manipulate my brain. That's how you know the devil is real. And if the devil is real, the Lord is real. Gay schizophrenic demons. Exactly, Kenny. And if they're real, the Lord is real. I need to see Nerdhagen versus Merab. That would be one of the funniest fights of all time. I cannot believe Nerdhagen is literally talking about winning the foot battle.
Of the cage again, and then like don't run from him, and like hit him when he comes in, and make your movements a lot smaller, because it is all of that footwork that really tires people out. If I was Umar and I could,
it's about the foot battle. You've got to win that inside. If you want to get a win over Merab Dvalishvili, you've got to get in on that foot battle. That foot battle is everything. Oh my God, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. All right, we're back. Brother. What's up, Magomed? Good to see you, dude. I hope you've been well, man. Stand your ground coming from Sandhay. I know, mate. Hang on a second, boys. My nose is... I'm back. All right. Did you see page 56 of my diary, Mom, where I talk about switching stances in a fight? Corey Sandhagen. Exactly, Kyle. You're absolutely right. Sandhagen doesn't have the danger to stop the car crash of Merab. He'll literally get thrown out of the octagon. Oh, yeah, dude. Merab fucking ragdolls Sandhagen. Merab makes Sandhagen look like Thor. You know when the Hulk just grabs Loki. You know when the Hulk grabs Loki and just goes... That's what Sandhagen would do to him. That's what Merab would do to Sandhagen. He's worse than Kenny. Yeah, Sandhagen is worse than Kenny at this point. I bet Merab every time we play footsies. Okay, TY. Spicy. Someone put him in a locker already. Troop. Bro and at bat is a baseball term. Waffle, how would I know that, dude? We do not have baseball in Australia. I mean, we do have baseball fields here. A lot of baseball fields in Australia, but no one plays it, really. Did you like my boy? Dude, that got me. I was ready to stream when I saw that. I was ready to stream when I saw that bad board. If I was Uma, maybe if I'd beat, you'd have been in the position. But if you were Uma, yeah. If you had beaten Uma, you would have been fighting for a title, Corey. How about that, little man? How about that, little guy? Dougie, I must say I'm extremely disappointed at the lack of integrity you exhibited in your fraudulent video, and I'm very hurt that you would put me in this position as your agent. What did I do wrong, Larry? I showed nothing but integrity in that video. I went through minute by minute of the fight and talked about how that was the right call to make. Close your nose, mate. I know, mate. I know. I got too much powder up my nose. What's up, yo, Black Betty? How are you, dude? Whoa, Black Betty. Man, how are you, man? Yes, I agree. The 3-hour video was asked. Well, sorry, Kenny. I did my best, you know? I did my best, mate. And I released it on April 1st as well. Symmetry. Synergy. Synergy? Symmetry? Synergy? Synergy? If you release a 3-hour troll video on April Fool's, what is that? That's not synergy. That's not symmetry. There's another word. Doesn't matter. 30 seconds at any point, you can see Dougie has completely given up and is going mad, saying the same thing over and over. That is true, dude. That's very, very true. Sandhagen needs to go to GFL after one more loss. You're not wrong, Magomed. You're not, dude. Sandhagen is one more loss away from being fucking irrelevant, dude. You're not wrong at all, man. Stop caring so much. DJ don't want to come and hurt you now. He's gone. That's true. He is gone. It sucks. And, it wasn't even on the topic it was supposed to. You obviously didn't stay till the end of the video, because by the end of the video, it turned into maybe I was wrong to pick Steve Erceg. It was actually a journey of emotions. It started off being Steve Erceg was the right call, and then by the end of the video, I literally retitled the spreadsheet reasons why I should have picked why I was wrong to pick Steve Erceg. So it actually was the point of the video, Larry. You need to pay closer attention to it, mate. You're just proving that you didn't win it. You didn't watch it. Dougie, that 3-hour video was dog shit. I mean, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Honestly, it could have won. Umar honestly could have won if he had a better game plan. Where were the tapes? Very true, Toad. Very true. It's too bad that he broke his hand. That's why he couldn't tape. But I agree, Toad, yeah. Gotta go now, guys. Couldn't bring me to troll enough to get banned, but I got banned from Lorenzo Picks after he made a poll of who to ban after I... Well done, Kyle. But no, you can't get banned on this channel. It's too hard to get banned here, but well done. Cheeto is the dark horse of bantamweight. I'll die on that hill. What? Why do you think that, Waffle? Cheeto is arse, bro. Cheeto is arse. April 1st is tomorrow, buddy. It's right now. It's today. No, you didn't. You released it on the 31st of the 1st, which is common standard time zone for all global assumption. No. Today was today in the future. Today is April Fool's Day. No, but it's April Fool's today. Go to Doug, 3.5 hour masterpiece. Real one, no, Dougie's genius. Disappointed in Larry. I happy you enjoyed it, Nacho. I'm happy that you enjoyed it, man. I thought it was great. Let's. Oh, let's listen to some of the Bryce Mitchell interview. Let's listen to some of the Bryce Mitchell interview. Oh my God, this like the MMA community is eating so good today when you have got me releasing a 3-hour video and MMA Guru and Bryce Mitchell doing a video on the same day. Absolute beautiful stuff from the MMA community. For the MMA community to snack on while nothing is going on in MMA right now. What part is this?
All of a sudden they turn aside and chuck you to the wolves, basically.
Oh yeah, and you know, people can come out and call me an inbred retard. And both of those are completely untrue statements. I mean, we can scientifically prove I'm not inbred and I'm not retarded. But people say it. And then
all of us.
Kuru wanted to giggle so bad there, man. Look at what do you go? We can scientifically prove that I'm not retarded.
And then inbred and I'm not retarded. But people say it.
You can see Guru's about to stop breaking up.
And then...
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Never thought about it that way. Oh my fucking God. Dude. What a fucking day for MMA YouTube. What a fucking day for MMA YouTube, man. It starts off with 3 hours of me rambling about nothing, and it ends with Bryce Mitchell versus MMA Guru. Oh man. Let me catch up with your chats. Oh my God. Cinema? Yes. The point is you picked Moreno before Gillies applied your national... I know, but it was worth it for the run, wasn't it, Tim? It was worth it for the trolls. How are you, Tim? Good to see you, man. Sandhagen is slowly turning into Bryce Mitchell. Yeah, except more retarded, Magomed. How dare you? I listened through the entire 3 hours. Slog? It was hard-hitting, fast-paced. It was good stuff, mate. Dougie BRB, I'm going to hit this womp in honor of DJ Aiden. RIP to DJ Aiden. Cheeto has everything needed to become a champion. Chin, power, cardio, just needs to level up his skill. He doesn't have power. He's notorious for not having power. Or skill. And I feel like saying he just needs to level up his skill is, you know, that's like the main ingredient in an MMA fighter would be the skill. Why not condense the video so we can watch 3 hours and 27 minutes while being a 3-hour long drive home? With the LA traffic won the World Series of Random Events. What the hell are you talking about? Why not condense the video so we can watch 3 hours on a 27-minute while being 3 hours long was the drive to get home with all the LA traffic dodger? I don't care about any of that. It's 3 hours and 30 minutes and every word in that is absolutely necessary. Yeah, Dougie, you should only do Betsy Believes. Dougie also just made Humble doesn't want to show that $300 gilly bet for a $300 video. How worth it? I think it was 100% worth it. 100% worth it. I see Sandhagen at the UFC PI. He eats only strawberries, brother. Like, packed by his mother, brother. He doesn't eat the food at the PI. He brings out his own lunchbox packed by his mother. Oh, man. He got the Bryce interview? He got the Bryce interview. It's a fair point. So good. Bryce has saved MMA? Absolutely, man. Bryce is absolutely saved. Best interview of the year? Absolutely, Cheddar. It was better by the end, but it was supposed to be about your downward spiral into picking him, not about how the pick was right based on the fight. Well, you can't get towards the downward spiral unless you start off at why you thought the fight was the right pick. You've got to go on the whole journey, mate. You've got to go on the whole journey. Only wrong because the UFC wanted him to fail. It was only wrong because, well, that's how I interpret it. That's how I interpret it, the pick being wrong. I mean, by the end of the video, I admitted that I was wrong to pick Steve Erceg, and it's not because Steve Erceg didn't have the skill. It's because the UFC didn't want Steve Erceg to win. That fits within the stipulations of the bet. Bryce has nothing to fear but the sphere itself. They asked Bryce Mitchell to fight at the sphere, and he went, I will never fight inside of a sphere. I will never fight inside of a globe-based object. I will never fight big sphere. Based Bryce. Doug is based and did the right thing. As an agent, you should support his artistic integrity. Yeah, if anything, Larry's not sticking to his integrity. The intro was cinema, though. I'll give you that. Thanks, man. The Guru Mitchell interview is good. It's so good. Cheeto doesn't have power. I don't think Cheeto has power. I think Cheeto's got a lot of accumulative damage, but I wouldn't say he's got slugger power. No. I'm supposed to negotiate the deals for him when he doesn't stay true to his word. With the video and then the interview, I can die happy. Yep, fair enough, TY. Gilly also said he was supposed to prepare a video, and Doug absolutely hustled him by recording a one-shot video and just premiering it. Dougie might as well have just been live chatting to himself. That was 5 separate videos all clipped together into one, Kenny. Watch the lighting, mate. Watch the lighting. And it's not just live chatting to myself. There was prepared arguments there for every single segment. That was a very, very detailed and well put together video. And if you would have listened to your boy's interview, you would have known that he didn't eat any Mexican food before the fight. He was waiting till... I didn't find any evidence of that anywhere, and I was all over the internet looking for that. Giuliano says, debt well paid. Giuliano liked the video. Just came in now, 3 minutes ago. Debt well paid from Giuliano Argente. So Giuliano seems very, very happy with the bet, and he's the one that commissioned the video. So if Giuliano's happy, I'm happy. Bet's done. Giuliano paid his money the first time round. I paid him back in full with a 3.5 hour video. Dougie went from Turnco to Anzac with one bet. The Aussies should be thanking Giuliano Argente. Well, he just commented on the video now. That well paid. The Gastelum glaze was an all-time greatness. When you stopped the Piper clip after he said 3 dude. I looked on the timer and I was like, I reckon I can bring up the Piper. I went, I reckon I can bring up the Piper clip and I can pad this for an hour. Like, if you notice on the video, I bring up the Piper clip and I go, I want to hear what Joe Piper has to say. And then I ramble for an hour before I even let him start talking. Looked all over the internet, didn't think to listen to his pre-fight interview. No, I couldn't find it, Larry. I couldn't find it. Maybe that's on me, but I couldn't find it. Dougie, what else would you do for Galizzi? Stop it, Kenny. Stop it. If I was Dougie, I'd make you my agent. You're locked in already. Yeah, Larry's done a great job. Doug did a 3.5 hour video quicker than Giuliano paid him last time. Let it be known. That's all right. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's all good. It's all good. Both debts were paid. If Giuliano is happy with it, then fair enough. That's what matters the most. Yep. When will the Taco Bell video come? What's up, Ben? Good to see you, dude. One day, mate. Give it time. One day. Cheeto has the most finishes at bantamweight. What? No, he doesn't. Does he? No, he doesn't. Cheeto seems very cumulative. I don't know, man. Waffle's really locked in on this one. Let's let the chat. Let me get some feedback. Let me get some chat. He does. All right, Waffle's very locked in on this. If I was Doug, I'd fire Larry for daring to question my brilliance. That's all right. We all make mistakes. Thank you, Tim. I try and love and support Dougie. I only want the best for him, but I was concerned it wouldn't be satisfactory to the other involved party. It looks like everyone's happy with it. Looks like most people are happy with the video. So it's done. It's out there in the ether now. We've done a 3.5-hour video. May we never, ever, ever lose another bet to Giuliano or Gente, because who knows how long I can pad another 3.5 hours for. Should have tried your... Nacho, thank you for the $5, brother. I really appreciate it, man. If anybody ever questions your integrity, a 3-hour masterclass, send me their IP address so Big Ben can get over there. It was cinema masterpiece. Thank you very much, Nacho. I appreciate that. Because that video cannot be monetized. So thank you very much for the $5. Because... Green Day get every single dollar of ad revenue from that video, believe it or not. All of that money goes to Green Day because I didn't license that song. I just fucking used it. So thank you very much for the $5, Nacho. I appreciate it. Like, I didn't make a fucking dollar off that video. Should have tried your luck by recording 35 minutes and then having the rest of it being a freeze frame, or just having it on repeat to see if anyone noticed or actually watched the whole thing. I couldn't believe that people were actually watching it, Eric. I genuinely can't believe that people watched the whole thing. Also, the Big Ben versus Mark Hunt vid has got to drop. So yeah, when is that fight coming up? I do have to do a breakdown for that fight. You are right about that one. I'm going, guys. This live is good. This morning's was slack. This morning's was Slack day. Oh, I'm sorry, Tim. I'm sorry you found it slack. Oh, well, dude. I'm sorry, brother. But yeah, I'm happy you enjoyed this one. I mean, this morning's video wasn't live, Tim. It was pre-recorded. It was a pre-recorded video. Brilliance doesn't always have integrity. Sometimes being truly brilliant requires foregoing your integrity. Exactly right. Exactly. 3:30 about JDM getting brutally 48. Do a 3.5 hour about JDM getting brutally 48 and 47 about Bilal Net. Oh, don't even put that out there, Toad. Don't even put that out there. What movie or show is that Steve Carell intro from? I have no idea. I found it on Instagram Reels. I need the corn song to snap me out of the day. Dougie, this morning's live was so slack. It was quintessentially Aussie. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate it, man. You need the corn song to snap me out of it. You want to hear the intro just to snap you out of it a little bit? Here you go. Have the intro for a little bit. There you go, Timmy. A bit of the intro to roll you up, mate, since you missed the intro of the stream. Brilliant idea, Toad. I'll get in touch with Giuliano about that. Don't. No, we gotta. Did you see JDM asking for money? We did see that. We did see JDM cannot get his team to help fly him out there, which is... Oh, sorry, the UFC will not get JDM's team flown out there, which is fucking crazy. Fucking crazy to see. But it seems like tomorrow I'm going to have to go with... Oh, Waffle, there you go. It's about 50-50 on whether or not Cheeto Vera has actually got power. It's about 50-50. There you go, dude. It's about 50-50 on whether or not Cheeto Vera actually has power. 2 weeks to go until UFC 314. I'm so fucking ready. I'm so fucking ready for UFC 314. Let's go, Volk! You should do a stream where you play chill music as an intro and then the intro music throughout the video. Now that is switching things up. That is switching things up. She'll be right, mate, and it was. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate it, dude. I have Bilal, but I think JDM will make it close enough for Guru to rage that Jack should have won on damage. That would be the second best outcome. The best outcome would be... what's up, Blanca? How are you, mate? How are you? What's up, Blanca? And what's up, Spectronominus? That would be the second best outcome, Toad. The best outcome would be JDM sleeping Bilal with a mean uppercut. But yeah, I think JDM will do more damage than most of the rangy strikers usually do, because those rangy strikers against... Good to see you, Blanca. Those rangy strikers are kickboxers at range, Toad. Whereas JDM is going to be doing boxing damage on a tight inside range. So he is going to do more damage than your Leon Edwards, than your Steve Ercegs, than your Sean O'Malley kind of fights. Where was I? You guys should all watch the movie The Way Back. It's a great movie, and Steve Carell plays an arsehole the main kid's mum is dating. Super weird seeing him in the role, but he did it well. Yeah, it's always weird when you see comedians break it up a little bit. Cheeto has power, but only when he's fighting the washed dudes. Erceg is officially overrated? Yeah, he is, Spectronominus. We really broke it down in detail this morning, dude. What's up, Northwest? Good to see you, man. Most finishes in bantamweight history. Thank you, Timmy, for the 5 gifted memberships, brother. I really appreciate it. Whoa, Black Betty, Will, Benny Boy, Miller MMA, Chan B, Phil Mahogan, all gifted memberships. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you very much. Again, this morning's video was completely unmonetizable. So that was a wasted night, but I'm happy everyone enjoyed it. How are you, Blanca? Shout out to Chile. How is Chile going? Most finishes in bantamweight history, he'd finish Merab. He would not finish Merab Waffle. No fucking way. Why are you so on the Cheeto train? What is with the love of Cheeto? What is going on with that? I used to consider the Urseg the Corey Sandhagen of his weight class, but I don't know about that anymore. Maybe he is the Corey Sandhagen of his weight class, and Corey Sandhagen just isn't that good in Spectronometers. Maybe we've all been overrating Corey Sandhagen too much, dude. What do you think about that? Alexa Grasso's feet sandwich pulp? No, Yog, I don't think we will. No, I don't think we will. Alexa Grasso feet... Kevin Borales said that Ladyboy was going to have nightmares about him and he fulfilled his promises. Said that Ladyboy was going to have nightmares about him and he fulfilled his promise. Yeah, the dreaming a nightmarish sort of a night. What's up, Northwest? I hope you're doing good, dude. Did you see JDM asking for money? I did. I saw JDM asking for money because the UFC are not going to pay for his coaches to fly over there. So they are doing fundraising. He has got a Kickstarter to help get his coaches over there. Yeah, I did see that, Ben. Yeah. Nice gifts. What's up, Timmy boy? Nice. Cheeto obviously has power, but he's not good at landing it because he is just a terrible fighter. Yeah. Are you going to go live tomorrow? I will try. I'll try and go live whenever I can. Cheeto sucks. Merab takes him into deep waters and fucks his face. Feet sandwich pole for York. No, we're not doing a feet sandwich pole for York. No fucking way. Yeah, there you go. I think Sandhagen was better before the injury because he's goated. I have a picture with him. He's a cool dude. All right, so Waffle's just a straight up fan. Okay, fair enough, dude. Fair enough. It seems like most of the chat does not think strong in jacket and the full hairline. What's up, Christian Grey? How are you, man? What's up, dude? What's up, dude? People forget, man, Cheeto is a finisher. All right, Tim. If you say you and Waffle are riding or dying on this one. You and Waffle are riding or dying on this one. What's up, Portuguese Herzog? How are you, brother? How many sticks at a prime Martha Stewart? There aren't enough sticks in the world, Chris. Marab wrecks Cheeto for 20-ish minutes and then gets finished out. Marab wrecks Cheeto for 20-ish minutes. Yeah. And then Cheeto catches him right at the end of the fight. It's Marab the whole way, 45-70. We get into the last few minutes of the last round, and then Marab just ends up fucking slept somehow. Fair, dude. Yog, can you please explain to us what a foot sandwich is? It's too much. What are your thoughts on the JDM situation? I think it's fucked, dude. I think the UFC have obviously got plenty of fucking money. I think considering that a team is usually 3 people in the corner and then 1 other person, like at minimum, a team is usually 4 people. The fact that they're only paying for 2 people for 9 nights is insane. Like, I really don't understand how you allow 3 people to stand in the corner, but you only pay for 2. Like, that is horrible. And I get it, like, you don't want to pay for every single fighter in the roster, even though the UFC could absolutely do that. But for your pay-per-views, this isn't even a fight night. For your pay-per-view main event, you can't pay for all 3. It's very strange. Same here. People forget, man. Martha Stewart, dude. Thoughts on Yog's real identity? Probably someone on Alexa Grasso's OnlyFans list. Do you think the UFC does this for everyone, or do they especially dislike JDM? You know, Ben, I was thinking they would actually go out of their way for JDM because JDM is way more marketable than Bilal. So I don't think they're specifically doing this against JDM. I think they do this for everyone. If anything, you would think the UFC would want to give JDM a leg up because JDM beating Bilal is better for business. If JDM beats Bilal, then you can have Islam Makhachev versus JDM for the welterweight title. And you can have Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira for the interim lightweight title. It makes way better business sense for JDM to get rid of Bilal. If mate hate Aussie land more than... If I might hate Aussie land more than Canadian Stant, yeah, and you should, Chris. Aussie land is horrible. How do you not pay for the main events team on a pay-per-view? I know, Eric. That's what I like. It's bizarre to me. I get it. You don't want to pay for the whole team for some fucking prelim fighter on his first contract in the UFC. Whatever. Fine. Even though they're the ones that probably need the help the most. But this is someone who is literally fighting for your world title. You know there's going to be 3 people in his corner, and you're like, we're only paying for 2. How does that make sense? When I think, by the way, when I think bantamweight, there is only Cheeto, you guys are fucking casuals, like knowing this. What fucking sport have you been watching? This chat cracks me up with both its knowledge and its ignorance of MMA at the same time. I feel like we all have selective memories at time, Tim. Like, again, there's like 7 divisions with 750 athletes. It's a lot to remember, all happening live in a conversation, you know? We're not just like a MMA channel where we're just not talking about the fight. Like, there's a lot of MMA channels that do live streams and they don't talk about the fights. They talk about anything other than the fights. But we on this channel are pretty good at consistently talking about the fights, and there's a lot of information to remember. I bet Yog is really just James Lynch's alt. James Lynch has been confirmed to watch the channel, Chris, so it is possible, dude. And Kenny is Jeff Molina. Maybe. For the clarification, I find this foot thing rank, but I support I agree, Tim. Same thing. I think it's fucking disgusting, but Yog in the chat seems to find it funny, so this is the conundrum that I am in, brother. I think the problem is JDM's been out for ages, so he hasn't gotten paid in a while. Yeah, and he's, he's probably had to pay for his medical bills. Like, I would say the UFC probably paid for his medical fee for the forearm to get healed up, but I guarantee they didn't pay for the infection that came up afterwards. And I bet JDM had to pay for the infections to get cleared up afterwards himself. What would happen in Australia if JDM sleeps Bilal and Islam? Literally nothing. Literally nothing. So, Alexander Volkanovski won the title, and the back page of the Herald Sun, which is the main Australian newspaper in my state at least, has the front page as the news, and then the back page is a big sports spread, and they had something about women's cricket on the day after Volkanovski won the belt in the UFC. So literally nothing. Australia does not believe in anything that has to do with testosterone. And Waffle says exactly, Tim. What's up, Cayman? It's good to see you, man. I hope you're doing good, dude. I got my Angel versus Demon story laid out. I need to start writing it. Basically, it's a history of creation from the beginning of time to the end of the world, from Archangel Michael's perspective. It's assembly his daily memoir. That's sick. I remember you brought this up before. And the angel comes down and walks on the earth amongst them. Yeah, dude. Continue with the updates. I'm excited to see how it goes. Feel free to send me like a rough PDF when it's done, dude. I want to say the UFC might hate. I meant to say the UFC might hate Aussie land more than Canadian Stant. Probably. I mean, when the UFC tried to come back to Victoria, the Victorian government said you're not allowed to have ring girls, and the UFC's never been back ever since. I'm pretty certain it's not actually a rule that they can only have one other person staying on their dime. It's just an amount proportional to what a normal cost for 2 people would be. That's why most of them get Airbnbs. They can have the whole crew there for way less than multiple hotel rooms. Travel is different though, of course. Yeah, I think the issue is the tickets. Like, it's the plane tickets themselves that they're not covering. I remember everything about the UFC. I can't even remember what I ate this morning. There are some fans that are out there, dude. Shotgun is like that, tell you why. Shotgun remembers every single fight, not just across the UFC, but across every single organization ever. It's insane to watch him do it in real time. The main problem with Australia is it's full of NPC Aussies with no gumption or personality. And also they work for the government. Like 70% of the country works for the government. Ferreira's 1-3 in his last 4. On his way out, only looked impressive against washed vets and cans. True. Manel Cap needs to fight a legitimate opponent. He doesn't deserve a title shot. No, not off a 1-2 eye poke and a dick shot. No, he doesn't. No. But he's based Spectronominous. Dang, Australia sucks if that's the case. It does. Cutting Muhammad Makayev was the dumbest UFC decision. Yeah, it was meritocracy-wise, but he was a cunt to work with. What's up, Zishan? I do remember you, dude. How are you going? I didn't know Australia was so good. It is. It is. I've nibbled on a few ex-girlfriends' toes before, so what? Definitely not better than a Pop-Tart? Exactly, Chris. Definitely not better than a Pop-Tart. That's silly. What's your basis for thinking they wouldn't have covered the infection? Just a health issue stemming from the fight? Because the UFC is so tight ass. And I think they would have gone, you suffered a broken forearm from the UFC are very legal, like they really go over their legality in their contracts. And I can imagine the UFC saying, your forearm healed, you got an infection from the surgery, that's not on us, we're not paying for that. That's just something I can picture the UFC doing. So what is my basis for thinking that? The UFC are tight-ass cunts, essentially is my hypothesis there. Cheeto has been KOing cunts for the last 7 years. You watched it, many finishes. You guys have been Mandela'd. Maybe, Tim, maybe. There's going to be battles with heavenly angels and Greek, Norse gods, etc., but I'm going to expose the gods as fallen angels that rebelled against God. Same with the UFO. That's sick, Cayman. That is a sick story, dude. Australia doesn't even deserve Volk. Wish America had a champ like that. I agree, Ben. I agree. Australia deserves like a Raquel Pennington sort of a champion. As I sent him, who's he finished that's not washed or a can? I do, Zashan, how are you? O'Malley finished him. He finished O'Malley. He caused that to happen with a nasty leg kick. He did cause it to happen. Yeah, true. Freak injury doesn't count. Embarrassing. No, he did cause it to happen. It's like Nacho. If you punch someone in the head, you know, if you do the big meaty overhand, right? Like Merab is throwing big meaty overhands. Moreno's throwing big meaty overhands. They're landing on Urseg, but they're not knocking Urseg out. But if Moreno throws a big meaty overhand and it lands perfectly on the temple and knocks Urseg out, that's not luck. You threw the shot and it happened to land in the right spot of the temple to knock somebody out. So like Cheeto is throwing the leg kicks. It's a great technique and it's lucky that it hit the nerve. But that's just the same as hitting the right part of the chin or hitting the right part of the temple. You know, like it's a knockout that was set up by the technique that Cheeto was doing. Shotgun, it's a fucking MMA encyclopedia. Gilly is the one who gets close to him in MMA. That cunt needs more props for it. Gilly is very, very good, dude. Very good. Milko, for you, who should be next for Moreno and Urseg? I think Urseg should probably go and fight somebody out of the rankings. I think he was ranked 10th. I think he was ranked 10th when he fought. I think he was ranked 10th when he fought Pantoja. Now he's on a 3-fight loss, so I think he should fight someone that's just outside of the rankings up and coming. And as for Moreno, do Moreno versus Manel Cap for a #1 contender spot. Volk should have been American. Trade you Jones for him? No, Jones would not be welcome in Australia. He'd be in jail. We don't deserve Volk. Just the Aussies in the chat. Yeah, we don't deserve him. Retarded comparison. How many times do people get KO'd in an event versus how many people have gotten that leg injury to occur? Yeah, I guess with the KOs, like obviously your brain gets rattled a lot more. But we've seen the perennial nerve leg thing crumble a few times. We've seen it a few times. Like obviously not every single fight, you know, like finish via perennial nerve isn't like a thing that happens every 3rd or 4th fight, like a TKO. But I don't like the idea of saying that Cheeto finishing Sean O'Malley with that was a fluke. You know, he threw the technique, it landed in the right spot, and it hurt him. Surely we've seen it more than 4 times. Doing 3 miles with 50 pounds in my backpack. Appreciate the life for keeping me company. You're welcome, Eric, but I'm about to get out of here. It's been an hour, dude. Would you rather eat chicken for the rest of your life or beef? Beef. Bilal doesn't have great striking defense, but his body kicks can give JDM problems, especially with him having an injured arm. That is true. We'll see how confident he is with the forearm. Dougie, I can tell you're not a casual. Thank you, Waffle. I appreciate it. I'd rather eat beef, Chris. There's more I can do with it cooking-wise, and it's more... Yeah, I'd rather go with the beef. Yeah, it's a fluke finish. Yeah, I don't think it is, man. I don't think it is a fluke finish. Would you go hunting with Bryce Mitchell and invite him? 1,000 times. I'd live on Bryce Mitchell's farm and be his hunter if he needed me to. I would 100% join Bryce Mitchell's archipelago. It's like a 1 in 1,000 leg kick chance of happening. Yeah, I don't. I mean, we've seen it, although we see thousands of leg kicks. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just don't like calling it a fluke. Like, he aimed for the leg. The perennial nerve's there to get hit. He hit the perennial nerve. It's a mix. It's a mix. It's a mix of a little bit of technique and a little bit of luck. I think that's it. I think that's it. I would go chicken. Those dumps would be very painful for the beef. No, they'd be easy to deal with, mate. Your asshole expands. You'd get used to it. JDM's arm was broken by a head kick from Burns. Oh, fuck. JDM's going to die. Have you ever heard the Bryce Mitchell sock story? I haven't. All right, guys. That's enough. That's the end of the chats. No more chats. Larry's got the last ones in. That's the last ones in. I'll read these and then I'll get out of here. No, I never heard the Bryce Mitchell sock story. I'm sure Bryce can find a few things for you to hunt. Oh, yeah. Don't you love how the Aussies agree we don't deserve Volk? Dougie, the props was for Shotgun, not for Gillies, proving my point in your reading of my comment. Shout out to Shotgun for his MMA knowledge. Oh, yeah, Shotgun with his MMA knowledge is insane, dude. You're right, Tim. Yeah. Some people called them animals. I see the picture you're painting, Chris, and I like it. Kind of separate issue, but I was curious about it, so I just looked at it. If there's an infection as a result of negligence from the hospital, then the hospital is supposed to pay for it. So I imagine they probably handle getting the hospital pay for it so they don't have to. So maybe they wouldn't expect to pay for it themselves, but they try to put it on the hospital, not the fighter. And then, Larry, if you're in the Australian healthcare system, the hospital is putting you on a waiting list. But if you're JDM and you're a professional fighter, you want this dealt with quickly. So you're going through private healthcare, so you're paying for it yourself to get it pushed through the Australian hospital system. So there's probably a chance that JDM paid for the second round of antibiotics on the forearm himself. And remember, the infection came back I think it was 2 times the infection came back. If it were deemed to be that it was a result of negligence from the fighter not caring for it properly, then they might not pay it for themselves. But I'm not sure that's unreasonable. This is the thing, and see how this is muddy waters? I can see the UFC being like, your forearm, we paid for the surgery. Yeah. Why would we not deserve Volk? He was born in Macedonia. Why would we not deserve Volk? If he was born in Macedonia, he'd be fuck all and refund Eric. Hold up! I don't give a fast step now. All right, done. Pacey Dingback, fuckwit. I'm halfway there. Hold up. Mavatory Powers is up. But Nacho would be the biggest celebrity if it was Macedonian champ. They would take him for granted. If he was in Macedonia, if Volkanovski stayed in Macedonia and became a champion, the way that he did now, he would be fucking massive. Just how, like, in Macedonia. Like when the Dagestanis go to Dagestan and there's thousands of people on the street, and when Ilia Topuria gets paraded in front of Real Madrid, they would get... But we don't even have a fucking newspaper article for Volk. How famous Volk would be in Macedonia versus how famous Volk would be in Australia is not even fucking comparable. It's not even fucking comparable. Anyway, I'm out of here. It is very muddy waters, yeah. Kopylov is coming for his belt. Krylov is coming for his belt. Yeah, base. How does the Australian government let the state go and pay? So I don't know. Volk is on the new Kia ad, mate. He's killing it now, but when he won the belt, he wasn't. And being on the Kia ad, mate, he still didn't even make the fucking Herald Sun sports news page. He still didn't make the, like, so he gets on a fucking couple of ads, mate. This is like, look at what they're doing with Ilia Topuria. You're telling me being on the Kia ad is comparable to all of the airport being there to swarm the Dagestanis and Ilia Topuria being paraded in front of Real Madrid. And your counter is he's in a Kia ad. He's selling the Kia Rio. These are not the same thing, mate. They're completely different. Anyway, I'm out of here. We got plenty to argue about tomorrow. I'm out of here. You guys have a great fucking afternoon. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this stream and for joining me on the 3.5 hour video. I can't believe you guys watched that. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for the donation, Nacho. And thank you for the donation as well, Tim. It's good to get some shekels. Good to get some shekels in the bank for making that 3.5 hour video. So I really appreciate it, guys. Have a very good night, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. And yeah, that's it, boys. Have a good one. Thanks for joining me, guys. I appreciate it.